Welcome to the Englingua Masterclass, the place where we level up your English by exploring fascinating stories. We believe the best way to learn is when you're not even trying, when you're simply captivated. So get comfortable, listen, and let's dive into a modern drama of power, friendship, and a very public fallout. Have you ever seen two people from completely different worlds become powerful allies? That's exactly what our story is about. On one side, we have President Trump, a political titan in his second term as the leader of a global superpower. On the other, the visionary and incredibly wealthy Elon Musk, the man behind world changing companies like the electric car giant Tesla and the space exploration pioneer SpaceX. For a time, these two weren't just colleagues, they were friends. It was a surprising but powerful partnership. President Trump saw in Musk a brilliant innovator who could bring a businessman's touch to the government. And so he gave Musk a unique and highly publicized role to lead a new Department of Government Efficiency. Think about that for a second. The goal was to run the country more like a lean, efficient company to cut waste and save taxpayer money. Musk took the job seriously. He began streamlining departments, closing down offices deemed unnecessary, and in a move that made headlines everywhere, oversaw significant layoffs. It was controversial, but President Trump stood by him, defending his friend against critics. Their bond seemed solid. Musk was a frequent visitor to the White House, holding meetings in the prestigious Oval Office and the Cabinet Room. They even traveled together on the president's plane, a clear sign of their close relationship. When Musk's 130-day assignment ended, they parted on excellent terms, with a friendly meeting in the Oval Office and hints that Musk might return to help the government again in the future. To the public, they were a formidable team. But in the high-stakes world of politics and business, alliances can be fragile. The first sign of trouble appeared with a new government spending plan. It was a massive bill outlining the country's budget for the coming year. Elon Musk reviewed the plan, and he was not impressed. In fact, he was strongly against it. He believed it was fiscally irresponsible and would harm the country's financial future. Now, a private disagreement is one thing, but Musk chose a different path. He went public. For over a week, he used his massive platform to criticize the plan, urging his followers and the public to oppose it. This was a direct challenge to the president. The man who had been his close advisor was now openly undermining one of his key policies. The public took notice. The media lit up with stories. Tech billionaire clashes with president. Suddenly, the narrative of their great relationship began to crumble. This wasn't just a small disagreement. It was a public declaration that the friendship was on shaky ground. The first crack had appeared and everyone could see it. What started as a crack quickly became a chasm. The disagreement exploded into a full-blown public fight. President Trump, never one to shy away from a confrontation, spoke openly about his disappointment. During a meeting with another world leader, he told the press he was very disappointed in Musk. He used incredibly strong language, suggesting Musk had gone crazy and had to be let go from his government role. He made a point of using the past tense. We had a great relationship, signaling to the world that their friendship was officially over. Musk fired back, not in press conferences, but on his favorite battlefield, the social media platform X. He unleashed a barrage of posts, memes, and comments about the feud. He seemed to relish the public battle, even boasting that the controversy was driving huge engagement to his platform. The fight became a media spectacle. It was the lead story on news channels and the top trending topic online. A world leader and a tech mogul were trading insults in real time for everyone to see. The image of them as friends and partners was completely shattered, replaced by a bitter and public rivalry. The war of words soon escalated to serious threats, with real world consequences. Feeling the pressure, Musk made a shocking announcement. He threatened to decommission a crucial SpaceX spacecraft, the very one NASA relied on to transport American astronauts to space. Halting this program would be a massive blow to the US space program and national prestige. It was a power move, showing that his companies were essential to the government. President Trump retaliated with a threat of his own. He publicly suggested that the US government might review and potentially cancel its massive contracts with all of Musk's companies. This was a direct shot at Musk's empire. Companies like SpaceX and Tesla rely heavily on government contracts and goodwill. Losing them could be financially devastating. The tension was at a breaking point. The two men were no longer just arguing. They were threatening to dismantle pieces of each other's work, with national security and billions of dollars hanging in the balance. This public feud wasn't just drama, it had a tangible impact on the economy. The stock market, which hates instability, reacted swiftly. The share price of Tesla, Musk's flagship company, took a major hit. It plummeted by 14%, a massive drop for such a large corporation. This slide wiped out billions in value, causing Tesla's total market capitalization to fall below the prestigious 1 trillion mark. It was a clear sign that investor confidence was shaken. The fight was costing Musk real money. Meanwhile, after the initial shock of his threat, Musk seemed to recognize the stakes. He walked back his statement about the SpaceX spacecraft, assuring the public and the government that the program would continue. It was a reminder that some business and government partnerships are simply too critical to be used as bargaining chips in a personal fight. The entire episode sparked a major debate. What happens when the line between business and politics becomes a battleground? Just when it seemed the conflict could only get worse, a small window of opportunity for peace opened up. Another prominent billionaire, watching the feud from the sidelines, publicly called for a truce. He urged both men to find a way to make peace, arguing that their continued fighting was bad for the country. Surprisingly, Elon Musk responded. On his platform X, he wrote that the businessman was right. It was a small but significant Gesturean admission that perhaps the fighting had gone too far. It was the first sign that he might be open to a resolution. But can you truly put the genie back in the bottle after such a public war? The damage had been done, the harsh words had been said, and trust had been broken. Whether President Trump would be willing to accept an olive branch remained an open question. And that's where our story leaves off: a powerful friendship built, broken, and now, just maybe, with a fragile chance for repair. It's a powerful lesson in how quickly relationships can change at the highest levels of power, and how public disputes in our modern age can have far-reaching consequences for us all. Thanks for joining the Englingua Masterclass. We hope this story was not only a great English lesson, but also gave you something to think about. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep enjoying the journey.